Yo, what's good everyone? This is AEO Boxing with Madiba, and here's my post-fight review for Deontay versus Zhilei Zhang. And to be honest, I'm not surprised by the outcome. I really wish that my film study for this fight did not get copyright claimed and blocked because my pre-fight analysis was spot on. I predicted that a counterpunch from Zhang would win him this fight, and that's what happened. It's safe to say that Wilder is past his prime and definitely needs to retire. His punch resistance is gone, and he doesn't have that killer instinct anymore. A lot of people are blaming Malik Scott for his decline and saying that he should have stuck with Mark Breland, and I think the same thing. It was a huge mistake for Wilder to fire Breland and then be trained by someone he beat. But I would say that his performance against Zhang was no different from how he fought other southpaws in the past. The commentary team and people in general were making a big deal of how Wilder was hesitant in this fight, wondering why he wasn't throwing the right hand and saying that the Wilder in his prime would let his hands go regardless of the situation. And this is somewhat true. Wilder was apprehensive in throwing his destructive right hand and should have pulled the trigger more rather than wait, but Wilder pretty much did the same thing against Luis Ortiz in their first fight. Wilder barely threw his right hand in the first 4 rounds against Ortiz. He primarily engaged in the lead hand battle with Ortiz, using his lead hand to jab, probe, and paw to find his range. It actually took him until the 5th round to actually let his right hand go, and that punch started landing on Ortiz. Wilder did the same thing against Zhang. Zhang, however, was much bigger, was applying more pressure and forcing Wilder on the ropes immediately. But most importantly, Zhang is a dangerous counterpuncher. It makes perfect sense why Wilder was hesitant to throw his right hand. And when he started to throw the right hand consistently past the 5th round and in the 6th round, he ended up getting caught with a counter right hook that spun him around. It was a nasty KO. I thought that the fight should have continued, but in hindsight, it was the right decision to end the fight. Respect to Zhang for putting on a great performance. He revitalized his career and is in position to make another heavyweight title run. Big fights are in his future, so shout out to him. Wilder, on the other hand, is clearly at the end of his career. There's no way he gets a big fight after this, and he should retire. I'm also a fan of his, so I hate that he went out like this. He hinted at retirement if he lost before this fight, so I think he should follow through with it now. He had a great career for sure. He brought back the excitement to the heavyweight division, revived American heavyweight boxing, and had 10 title defenses, which is a legendary feat in boxing. He made a lot of money, and by many people's standards, he overachieved given the limited skill set that he had. His destructive power will always be remembered, so shout out to Wilder for a great career and many memories. It's really unfortunate though that we'll never see him fight Anthony Joshua. This is a fight that should have happened in 2017, 2018, 2019. It would have been for Undisputed, and it would have been the biggest fight in boxing. Wilder was at his peak prime and had a good chance of winning at that time, but instead, the business got in the way. Wilder did have another chance to fight AJ, but he blew his chance after losing to Joseph Parker in December of last year, and he did it again yesterday. This should be a lesson to everyone in boxing, including the fans, the fighters, the promoters, and etc. You need to make the big fights while it's possible because you never know what may happen. I'm interested in what Zhang does from here. I'm not sure if we get the AJ fight next. I feel like AJ will go after Dubois instead. Zhang might have to rematch Joseph Parker instead. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with AEO Boxing with Madiba. Hit like, subscribe, and more contents coming your way.